Hi everyone, Courtney here. First of all, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for all the likes and the comments. I really do appreciate everything. Now, today I wanted to talk about DogeCoin. It's been quite the meme stock, quite the meme cryptocurrency, and it's actually kind of a funny thing because DogeCoin is actually not really a legitimate cryptocurrency in the sense that it has some sort of cap on however many coins there can be, and which means that there's basically no way for the value to go sky high, right? And also it was kind of made to be a joke, right? It was kind of made to be the face of this meme dog, and so hence the name Doge as the coin. And so people are investing in it now, and it's more so what I liken it to as a video game that makes you real money, right? So today I want to take you through a little bit of what's going on with Doge and also some information for you if you would like it to day trade Doge for fun just to see what happens. So again, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't listen to me in terms of making your life's money off of what I say, but I just like to share what I find, and you can choose to take it or leave it. So let's jump in. So let's look at Elon Musk's Twitter for a second. So basically what's happening here is he is tweeting everyone about Doge. He's had an interview on it. Basically, he thinks it's a big joke, but he also said you never know. It could be a big thing. But, you know, maybe we should all just err on the side of it's a joke for now. Like I said, it's basically a fun video game that we can use to make real money. So on February 3rd, he tweeted Doge. I believe he tweeted something before this as well. But he tweeted Doge, and the price just soared. This may actually be the first tweet he did. I think it got to 8 cents that night. Then he also tweeted this picture of him holding Simba basically as Rafiki, but the Simba is Doge, right? This is the Doge meme dog. Recently, he's been tweeting a little bit more. So he even so much has said, well, first off, he tweeted this. I'm pretty sure this is a fan-made photo. Let's see, I'll move me here. It says, so it's finally come to this, right? That's what he tweeted. So this is kind of still a joke. Again, his stance on this was, it's a joke, but you never know. Who let the Doge out? The future currency of Earth. He set out a poll. It seems like everybody answered DogeCoin to the moon as the future currency of Earth versus all other crypto combined. So again, you never know. This could be one of those momentum buys that actually does make you a profit in the long run. Take it as you will. There's no guarantees here. But again, do this for fun, right? The people have spoken. It's the currency of Earth, so to speak. All right, so what I want to take you through is the chart here. So this is our DogeCoin chart. I have this up on Robinhood. Unfortunately, Webull does not support cryptocurrency right now, so I'm just using Robinhood's charts. And I have a few lines up here. So first off, we have the actual, you know, this white line here that's going up and down. This is the price as it's moving. So right now, as we can see, the price is about 0.0726. 725 now. It's underneath 10 cents. Believe it or not, when I first bought this thing about a week and a half ago, it was under 1 cent. So just all of this momentum, it's just alone has brought it up to 7 cents, which is insane. But this is a good way with low stakes. You could just put $100 in, or even less, you could put $20 in and just practice day trading. What's great about DogeCoin is that since it's a cryptocurrency, there's no cap on trading it, right? So normally in stocks, what happens is you actually have to have about $25,000 of capital in order to day trade a stock in the NYSE or NASDAQ or whatever it is, right? Because cryptocurrency is decentralized, we can actually day trade it as much as we want, which is awesome. There's no penalty for it. you can just do it as much as you want. You can lose money, you can gain money, it doesn't matter. You can trade as many times a day as you want. So what I want to take you through is how to read these charts and how to decide when to jump in and when to pull out so that you can ride up these big ramps up high, cash out on top, and then wait for it to go back down, identify where the dip will be, and then jump back in and ride it back up, right? Today I even reached 9 cents, which is insane. Unfortunately, I was working at my day job, so to speak, so I missed that one. But, you know, it's been fun day trading this one ever since. So let's take a look. So first off, we have a few lines. So here we have our MACD lines, which is a moving average line that takes into account momentum. And then we also have this signal line. The signal line is in blue. I'll explain that in a second. We also have our RSI. And RSI basically tells you if something is overbought or oversold. So we have this orange range here, you can see. Typically above this top orange line is overbought. So if you're looking to buy in, probably not the best time to buy in. So let's take a look at our peak here. Our peak here was at 2:25 p.m. Pacific time, and it was at 0.0895. That's what it says on the chart. I was watching it, actually went above 9 cents. But you can see the corresponding RSI is pretty overbought. The corresponding RSI is 90.62. The highest you can go is 100. And so it's pretty big. If we look at the MACD versus signal, what it shows here is the difference. If you look on the left, I can't move my mouse or else it'll change the value. But if you look at the left at the MACD value, this is actually the difference between the MACD and the signal line, and it's 0.001 positive. That's pretty big of a difference for at least what I've been seeing of the parameters that this stock follows. So you can see it actually went up to 0.011 at some point. And then where it is now, so it's kind of on a dip back down. I assume it'll go back up. It kind of has what I've seen a 3 to 5 hour period in terms of going up and down. And so 2:25 was about 2 hours ago. So it's about time for it to go back up. What we're seeing here now is that we have a negative 0.008 or negative 0.007, kind of hovering between those two values of our difference between MACD and signal. So, and then we have a corresponding RSI of about 33.49. Now the lowest it can go is obviously 0. Anything 30 or below means oversold. So about 33 is pretty low still. It still means that it's about oversold. And that's about a signal to basically start buying in. It's at its bottom. This doesn't correspond to every stock. And you can see now it's below 30, right? This doesn't correspond to every stock, right? Sometimes stocks need to dip below that 30 line for quite a while before it's going to go back up. If you're going to use these analytics to basically buy into your stocks, you want to study the stock and its behavior a little bit. You want to think of each stock kind of like its own organism with its own set of values, and then figure out the pattern behind it. So you can see here, this is a pretty good difference. Now I've been buying in on the very low dips where it gets to about 0.001 in the negative direction. So this will be a pretty big dip. You can see the MACD, the bottom left, is negative 0.0014. That's a pretty big difference there. Here we have negative 0.006. It's getting less and less. As you can see, the price is going up accordingly with that. So you would basically want to buy in where these MACD and signal lines have the furthest difference. Now that is going to be right before a turning point. It can be sometimes hard to tell, right? We can see that if I were to buy here, it still has a little bit of ways to go down before it goes back up. So it's not a fail safe. This can fail, right? I'm not a financial advisor, so everything I'm saying, take with a grain of salt. But this is a good method to basically use to know when to buy in and when to sell. So you're going to want to sell when we have a very large positive difference in our MACD and signal, right? So you can see here, you could have sold at 0.0011 and made a very big or very good profit depending on what you put in. And you could have bought in at this negative 0.006 between negative 0.006 and negative 0.008. This was a bigger difference, right? And then you could have made a profit and ride it up, right? So this is how you basically day trade it. You buy low and then you sell high, you wait for it to go low again, you buy back in, and then you ride it back up, right? And using these analytics can make it really simple to make quick profits throughout the day on this. And I also want to show you something else. So this right here, I'm in the 1-day view. You can see it says 1 day. On cryptocurrency, I can also see a live view. So we have all of these little peaks here as well. So you can see I had a big peak. This is only a past hour, so it doesn't show me where it gets up to like 0.9, right? But just as an example, let's say I bought in here. You can see that there was a little peak. I would have bought in at 0.069, and I could have sold up here when it reached a peak of 0.792. So I could have made about a cent per share, which is pretty good on this type of penny stock. And you can see these selling points kind of correspond. If I were to sell here, for example, I would see a positive 0.002 0002 difference in my MACD and my signal line, right? So when you're in the live view, the differences are going to be less because you're seeing more fine oscillation of things, a more constant one. You can see that this graph is constantly moving. Like I said, it's a live view. And the RSI was pretty high at that point where I could have sold to. So I could have made a cent per share right there if I had read, okay, this is my bottom, you know, at 0.69, right? With my, you can see my MACD and signal was a negative 0.0005 difference. And I could have sold at 0.79 with a difference of 0.0002 in my MACD and signal, right? So that is a short day trade. You can see it would have taken me about, on the time, it would have taken me about 10 minutes to make a cent per share. 11 minutes, right? 10 to 11 minutes. I could have made quite a profit on that, right? If you're buying, for example, 20,000 shares, that's basically a profit of $200 right there in 10 minutes. So you can make quite a bit if you play this right, if you read these ups and downs correctly. You just have to be on top of it. That's the thing about day trading, is that you have to be constantly watching or setting limits, etc. So here, for example, is another dip. I could have bought in here at 0.0713. My MACD and signal line difference is a negative 0.003. And then I could have bought here at the high, or sorry, sold here at the high at 0.752. That's almost a half a cent profit per share. Again, pretty good. So I could have made, you know, maybe a half of what I did, another $100. And that was in like 8 minutes. I could have done that. So right there, in a span of about 20 minutes of me working, give or take, I could have made $300 just on little day trades using this live view. So you can use the live view to do smaller day trades, make a little bit at a time. You can also use this 1-day view, and you can pinpoint where the lows are, because this thing kind of oscillates from a low portion back down, back to a high portion, back down, right? We kind of are looking at like an actual waveform here. And using the 1-day view here, I can actually pinpoint where the big drops will be, and I can ride it all the way up. Now, those runs are usually about, let's just say, I've calculated about 10 to 20% gains. So you can get about 10 to 20% gains. It's gonna take you a few hours to ride that wave back up, possibly longer depending on the time of the day of the week, etc. But this is more of a long play, still a day trade, but a longer day trade than using the live view where you can do quick trades over and over and over again. So I hope that helped. You know, I hope that helps you just kind of read these graphs. You can look into what the graphs mean on their own. Just to help you out, let me actually just pull up Webull. They give you really good definitions of each of these lines here. So the moving average convergence divergence, that's what MACD stands for. So this is what they say is the simplest and most effective momentum indicator available. So like I said in the beginning, this is a momentum indicator. It's really nice because momentum basically translates to human behavior driving the stock price. And I guess the simplest way you can delineate the meaning is this is something that is oscillating with the humans that are buying it, with their ideals behind it, with their wants and who's selling and who's buying. So this actually takes the trend following and the momentum and plots it for you with the moving average and where they converge and diverge together. So you can basically see, to go back here, okay, at 0, right, of a signal and MACD difference, that's going to be kind of more of a turning point, right? They're equal to each other. As this orange line goes above, that's a bullish indicator. As the orange line goes below, that's our bearish indicator. More people are selling, right? We see negative volume. And then we see positive volume as the orange goes above again. So you can use this to indicate, okay, I want to buy in at the bottom. So I'm going to buy in here to maximize my profits on a more, on an area where I'm going to get more of a bullish return. Of course, if I had bought in here, it would have gone down more over here. So you also have to look at the total patterns of this stock to see if after a peak, it tends to oscillate below this 0 line more often, more in the negative area, which on Doge, I have been seeing it will peak very high, drop below, kind of oscillate a little bit down, and then drop below this 0 line for a while before coming back up. We can see that we're just starting to come out of the under 0 area. And we may oscillate there for a little bit before returning back into the higher gains. This 1-day view is also good to just indicate, okay, we're still in the 0 area for the whole day in comparison with the whole day versus just the last hour. So it's going to take, you know, a little bit more time to go back up. I've been tracking since this peak at about 2:30 Pacific time. You can see it's taken about, you know, a little bit over 2 hours, 2.5 hours or so to go all the way down. I do believe this is about the bottom. We'll see. You can see that the difference between these lines are getting smaller and smaller. Right now it's a negative 0.0003, and I'm hoping it'll go to 2, 1, 0, and then rocket back up. So that's my hope. I hope this was informative. I hope it wasn't too confusing. If you have any questions, just drop them below as a comment. I'll try to answer them the best I can. Again, don't take this as financial advice. I'm just here to try to tell you what I've figured out as I, you know, am trading these stocks, as I'm trying to make some money. So take it for what you will. Let me know if you're on the Doge Express. Like I said, I just view it as a fun video game that makes you real money. So thank you everyone again for following my channel. It really means a lot. And I hope to put out more videos this week. All right, everyone. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video. Have a good day, everyone.